Welcome! My name is Debbie and this is Pouring My Art Out for the Lord, and we're going to continue working on our Spring Bounty folio today. So this is where we've got to so far. It opens like this, and this opens like this. There's a big pocket here, and there's 4 pockets on this part. And then this opens like this, and there's another pocket on the back here, or on the inside back. So I'm going to make some inserts for these pockets now. So I also got all of my green labels. This is just 1 page, no, 2 pages. 2 pages of the green portion of the pastel labels from Days Gone By, and this is the green and blue kit. So I cut out 2 pages of the green ones. You can see how many labels you get just from 2 pages, and actually there's this one that didn't fit in there. I just tucked into my my folio here. So then I printed out a few more pages for my inserts, and I decided to bring some pink into the folio, because the pink, you know, there is a bit of pink here, and all of the pages are meant to coordinate. So I thought instead of just having green everywhere, I thought I would bring in some of the pink that's already a bit in there. And I may even bring in, there's lots of blue here, I may even bring in some blue at some point too, I don't know yet. So I chose this collage page to be one of the feature pages for the inserts. I just love this. Such an interesting collage, and it's going to be really nice to just chop it up, because no matter where you chop it, you're going to have something interesting there. And this one I printed on the back, so this is one of the coordinating sheets. This is all from, or these sheets are from the Spring Bounty collection. So this is the journal page, and this is a coordinating page in the coordinating kit. So that one I did 2-sided. And then this is also from the Spring Bounty collection. And this is another one of the feature pages. So this one I did not print on the back because I'm going to make some tags, I think, from this one, and I will back them with something else. And then from the Spring Bounty collection, I also did some fussy cuts. So I have butterflies. Butterflies always go well with anything. So there's the pink and the green, plus we've got blue and white with pink, white with green, some dragonflies, so I'm sure I'll use many of those. And these are just darling. These are little flower girls, I guess. And these are some vintage images that the Junk Journal Studio has found. So there's you know, a little lilac girl, there's a little daffodil girl, I think, maybe. I think she's a tulip. Oh, she's probably a daffodil. Maybe she's a daffodil as well, I'm not sure. This is some pink flowers. This is maybe a pansy. Just beautiful, cute little girls. So I thought those would be great feature for the tags. So I printed out, these come in different sizes. This is the largest size. And then I printed out some pink and green fussy cuts, a page of those. So I'll use those in the various elements as well. And then from the pink and turquoise kit, this is pastel labels from Days Gone By, and this is the pink and turquoise kit. This was pastel labels from Days Gone By, green and blue kit. This is the pink and turquoise kit. So there's obviously pink and turquoise labels in this kit. Different sizes, lots of pages, so I just selected 1 page of, these are the medium and smaller size labels, so I thought those would go well with my project, so that's what I selected to print. So I'm just going to get some of this stuff cut up, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I got some things prepared. I just roughly cut out all my fussy cuts. I didn't cut them out completely yet. And I cut out my pink labels. So there's my pink labels, just 1 sheet. And still my green labels here. And then I am going to work on this page first. So I'm just gonna, I like to make zero waste projects. So if I can. It's not always possible, and there's always a little bit of waste, but I tend to, after I finish a project, I'll take the scraps and I'll make something with the scraps, because I don't like to keep adding to my scraps. Anyways, so what I'm going to try to do is use every bit of this paper. So I'm going to cut a strip that is 3.5 inches wide by 8.5 long there. I'm not going to pay too much attention to what's on there because I think it'll look good however I do it. So 3.5 inch strip. Then I'm going to do a 2.25 inch strip. And then I'm going to turn this 90 degrees. So it's like this, and I'm going to turn it 90 degrees like that. And then I'm going to cut it at 5 inches. So I've got those 4 pieces. Then I'm going to take my 2.25 inch piece and I'm going to cut it into, or 2.25 inch strip. I'm going to cut it into 2 pieces. One will be 4 and one will be 4.25. So I'm just going to see which side I want to be 4 and which side I want to be 4.25. I think I'm going to do 4.25, just looking at the design a little bit. So there's my 2 pieces. One is 1/4 inch taller than the other one, I think. They don't look like that, do they? Let's just see here. So that's 4.25. I guess my page was maybe slightly longer, but that's okay. That'll work. So I have those 2 pieces. And then this piece I'm just going to leave as is. And then this piece, which measures now 5, so 5, how do I want to do this? One side is 5 and one side is 5.25. So on the 5.25 inch side, I want to cross cut it at 3 inches. So I'm just going to see where that will lie. So this is 3 inches and this is 2.25 inches by 5. So now I have to try to keep all my pieces straight. So this is one, this is one, this is one, and this is one. So here's our first 3.5 inch by 8.5 inch strip. This is our second 2.25 inch strip, and I cross cut that into 4 and 4.25. And this is our 5 inch by 5.25 inch strip, and I cut that on the 5.25 inch side at 3 inches and 2.25. And this is our what is this? 3 inches, 3.25 inches by 5.25 inches. So this is our last piece that was beside these ones. Does that make sense? I hope that makes sense. Okay, so I've got 4 piles here. So I'm going to, let's see, what am I going to do first, just to kind of organize myself. This one's going to be a little booklet. So I'm just going to score that in half. So it's 5.25 inches, so that's 2.5 plus 1/8 would be half. So just score that into half, and so that's just going to be a little bit of a booklet. So that turned out nice with the, I think, you know, no matter where you cut it, it's going to look good. So I like how that looks. So there's that piece. This one I'm going to score, this is my 3.5 inch strip. And this one I'm going to score at, just put it up on the 8.5 inch side and score it 2 3/4 and 5 3/4. And then if you fold the 2 ends in, the bottom will be slightly bigger. See, you can see there's the back and there's the back. So these are 2 3/4 and this is 3 inches, I think. Yeah, 3 inches. So this is just going to make a little trifold. See, that turned out nice too. So there's that piece. Then these 2 pieces, I'm just going to round the corners of those ones just with my 1/4 inch rounded punch here. Once I do this, then I'll be able to keep my pieces straight a little bit because I've seen, you know, how I'm starting that. So those are those 2 pieces. And then these 2 pieces, I'll put them so they look right side up. And I'm going to round the bottom 2 corners on each of those. And then I'm going to get an angle punch, but you could use, just eyeball it, or if you have a special card that has angles for tags, however you do tags. So I'm just going to make that into a tag and make this into a tag. Okay. So then I've got my 4 piles, and this is going to be the 4 pieces of ephemera. Where did I put my book? So these are going to be the 4 pieces that fit into these 4 pockets. So I'm going to do a little journal card thing here. Probably put the tags down here. I have a little booklet here. And here's my little trifold. So yeah, they all fit good. So that's what it's going to look like. But we're going to, of course, decorate some things here. So maybe let's take out one at a time so we know what we're doing. Let's see, let's start with the booklet. It'll probably be one of the easiest ones. Actually, then the booklet as well, I'm going to round the corners because I think that will look nice on the corners there. Then I'm going to get out my little fussy cut bundles. I have that bird there, so I don't really want to cover up that bird. I could do a butterfly. That might look nice. Actually, I like that one better. It's not quite as bright. And then maybe just a pink label or something like that. I think that would look good. I'm going to just kind of sort of dry fit a few little things like this, and then I am going to just fast forward or even turn the camera off and just put it all together because I don't want to have you watch me painfully cut everything and shape everything, but I'm just sort of, and you'll have different pieces that you're decorating with anyways, so I think I'll just do something like that. I may put something behind there, a piece of lace or something, just to give it a little bit of dimension. I don't want too much dimension because it won't fit in the pocket. And then inside here, I could put just maybe a couple little pages. I could put a pocket in here, so I'll think about how I want to do that. But there's one piece. A little booklet. Okay, and then I have, let's look at the tags here. So I've got 2 tags here, and I was thinking for the tags, I might use one of these big flower girls. So they would fit all nicely. Let's see which one we kind of like. I like this one maybe for the colors. This one is maybe a little bit dark for what I'm looking for at the moment. Oh, this one is nice too. So I think what I'll do is maybe put one on this tag and one on this tag. And then of course I will need a label. I could use green labels, I could use pink labels. I'll probably just get this cut out and then decide what I'm going to do for a label. So that's going to basically be that. I might back these. I might make them a little stiffer, I'm not sure yet. I'm just sort of in the thinking stage right now. Okay. And then this is going to be a little bit of a I'm just going to use a brad to attach these, but I'm not going to attach them together. I'm going to attach them a little bit off center. So I just want to see how big my pocket is. So I'm going to put this part, this one, right at the left, and this part right at the right, and then see how much they overlap, and maybe I'll just do it a little bit more just so it's easier to get in the pocket. And then I'm going to overlap those two in that spot, and I'll just maybe give a tiny little punch there just so I know where I'm going. Okay, so then I'll just do, I probably won't use this brad, it doesn't really match, but just to kind of show you where I'm going with this one. So there's how they will join, like that, so kind of off center, and then they will still tuck nicely into the pocket there. So then I will want some decorations on these ones as well, particularly on the top one, I think. Well, I could put something flat at the bottom as well. So I've got a butterfly, actually might look nice just there, add a little bit more dimension. And then on this one, got some really nice green pieces here. Or this, I wouldn't be able to do the whole thing, but that might be nice just on the side there. What else do I have here? Here's just a green one. That one would be nice too. Decisions. I'm kind of partial to just doing a green one, I think. I'm thinking maybe something like this, like just a little bit of a narrow one. So I'm just going to paper clip that on there, and then I would probably put a label on there as well. And then the last piece is a little trifold. So I think I might even just round the corners of that one as well. Top and the bottom here. So that will just go like that. So then I can put a focal point here, and then inside we can do a little bit of paper. We can do a pocket maybe. Of course I'm going to ink everything. I could do just a little bit of a feature like that. Everything coordinates so well in these kits. Michelle is just amazing. So it's hard to decide what to use because everything just looks good. See, that looks really good too. Or something like this. I actually really like that. So maybe I'll pick that for now. So I'm just going to build these 4 little pieces of ephemera. I'll ink all my edges and do my fussy cuts and do whatever I'm going to do, and then I'll come back and I'll just show you how I finish these 4 pieces of ephemera. I hope it's okay that I don't do this on camera. It's I always kind of try to balance, you know, not making you watch something forever boring or not giving you enough information. I've done lots of videos where I decorate more on camera, but this time I think I'm just going to do this off camera. So I'll be right back to show you what I came up with here. Okay, I think I'm basically finished for now, these 4 pockets. So I'll just show you what I put in here. I did decorate the pockets a little bit. I put a couple labels there and a hummingbird and just a little piece of faux Tim Holtz tissue paper there that I made, and a label and a couple of butterflies with some book page at the back. Here's my 2 swing tags. So I put a piece of lace on both of them and just some, I think I showed this already, kind of a little bit of the fussy cuts Again on here, a couple of the fussy cuts. On the back I put just a little bit of a writing space and half of a label on each one. And I connected them with a brad. With this particular brad has a little place to tie a ribbon, so I tied a bit of ribbon on there. So that lives in there nicely. And then this one is a little booklet. So again, I did a little piece of lace and the fussy cuts that I showed you. I did a stamp, I guess, on the back there. Put a little pocket, used one of the labels as a little pocket there, and put a couple labels in there as well with the butterfly image on there. And then I just put in a couple of pieces of paper, did a little bit of stamping on them. And then at the back I stapled on another little, well, bigger label, and then just put a little bit of writing space with a stamp underneath on there. So there's the little booklet. And then here is the trifold. So again, a little bit of lace and fussy cuts like we were looking at to put another label at the back. And it opens like this, and I put a piece of coffee dyed paper with a label on it for a pocket, and just put a little bit into the pocket. And on this one I cut the fussy cut at the fold line, and I glued half of it on each one, so it folds easily, but it looks like the whole thing is kind of coming out of the pocket, which is kind of neat. And then on this one I decided to take both tags and glue them together to make a pocket. So I have a pocket here. So I glued them together here, and then I did again some lace and one of the fussy cut girls and a label, and at the back I put one of the big labels, and this is actually a pocket as well. And then what I did is I went to the Junk Journal Studios files again, and I printed out Essentials, I think this is from Essentials 1 and Essentials 2, and I printed it 2 to a page, so they're a little smaller. And I'm sorry, I really abused these. I coffee dyed the back. Actually, I tea dyed the back initially, and it got a little bit too soaky, so it kind of bled through a little bit, which I'm okay with because this is supposed to look like old paper. I did some splotches here and stuff like that. So there's the ephemera from there, and I just cut out a few bits. These two I actually decided not to use yet, but these ones I just kind of crumpled, I inked, I put some of my faux vintage tape here that I made. So I ripped a little bits and put the faux vintage tape on each one of these, so they look like old little pieces of ephemera. So I thought in this tag I will put 1 or 2 pieces. I might add something else there after. And then in this one as well, I thought I would add a piece of ephemera. And then, where did I do? Oh, on the back of this one where I have this label, I thought I would stick in a piece of that ephemera into there as well. I think. Let's see, I glued a little bit there. So there, I can just kind of peek out there. So there we are so far. It's already getting a little bit chubbier, and we got lots of stuff yet to go on here. So I'm happy with how that turned out so far. I'm going to leave this video here for today, and then we'll see you soon for the next installment. So hopefully you'll check into that and follow along. Thanks for watching. Blessings.